If I asked you right now what's your monthly burn rate, or how many months of runway do you have if revenue suddenly drops, or how much did you pay yourself this year, or what's your profit per product, or your real financials for the business as of today, would you be able to know in 5 seconds or less without having to ask your bookkeeper or accountant? Probably not. And that's why I created Cashflow OS. Imagine having all of your financial data with simple dashboards like this that are stupid, simple for you as a founder to understand, so you can answer all of the questions that you want when it comes to your finances and have full clarity and control. Like this simulation that I'm gonna show you from a business making 50K per month, and you'd be able to see in 5 seconds or less, for example, what's your monthly burn rate. So if you look at your financial health snapshot, you can see what's your burn rate, meaning like, oh, how much money are we spending every single month as of right now from fixed expenses? Or what's my runway in case something bad happens, like for example, Meta shuts down my account. How many months would I be able to keep running the business when shit hits the fan, or when there's a rainy day? And surprise, surprise, those happen in business all the time. So if you're always knowing at a quick glance with just a simple graph like this, like, oh, we have 3 months of runway, we're in yellow. So if you're below 3, you're red. Between 3 and 6, you're yellow. Above 6, you're green. You know exactly where you stand in case something bad happens or there is a bad month. Where do you stand? If you're above 6, you wouldn't even worry, with a clear headspace to be able to come up with that solution. Or if you're below 3 months or between 3 or 6 months, you would be able to put cash aside and know that in a second to make sure that your position is stronger. Or, for example, knowing exactly how much to pay yourself for any specific week of the year. So you have all of your data populated. You can select, let's just say, the week 48 of the year, or whatever week you're at. You can always change it and just look at that and know in just 1 second how much you can pay yourself while still covering all of the expenses of the business, or how much you can set aside for real profit in each of the areas of the business in a weekly basis, so you can keep scaling while paying yourself and having all of expenses covered. Or what about the numbers for a specific period? So knowing for, let's just say, the last month, what was your revenue, your cost of goods sold, your gross profit, your margins, your operating expenses, your business profit, business margins, how much you paid yourself, what you set aside for taxes, so you have reserves and you don't get hit with a big tax bill that throws you off when it's tax season. And then your real profit margin, all of the money that is left in the business after you've paid everything, including yourself, with a simple dashboard like this that you can very easily modify based on your historical data, like this, instead of having to go through a 47-page P&L. Or, for example, what are your numbers for your product? What is your product breakdown? So for that specific period, how many units we sold for each product? Everything is automatically populated. The refunds, the gross revenue, in a very simple chart or table like this, you would be able to tell immediately, like, oh, these products were not profitable, or even though this product seemed like the most profitable one, we made 15K cash from this one instead of this one. How can we sell more of this? So this tells you the full story and also gives you a full summary of your period. Again, super simple. In less than 5 seconds, you can know all of these things. Or, for example, your expense breakdown, so that you can know exactly how much you paid in each of the areas of the business. Just see a quick chart like this one in things like, what was your salary? How much did you pay in payroll, software, ads, the team, in professional services, like everything in just a quick glance, right? So, for example, this would allow you to make changes based on things that happen on a weekly basis. In this situation, for example, we see that we ended up spending 9.2% on ads when we were just allocating 5% to them, and that would allow us to then make adjustments for next period on a weekly basis. So things like this, and especially with running a business and having control of all of your finances, even with the normal expenses that a business like this has, such as, for example, minimum payments for credit cards, bookkeepers, booking software, design software, AI, accountant, base for your CSM or anyone in your team, a VA, like all of the software that you usually use to run like an online business, all of that is already taken into consideration here. And this tells you exactly what is your situation. So the best thing is that this is fully customized and that we take care of everything. So with less than 30 minutes per week from your time, you can be on top of your finances and know anything that you need to know in just seconds, with simple dashboards that are stupid to understand like these ones, instead of having to go through accounting software or 47-page P&Ls that everyone knows that they should be on top of, but no one does, because of course, who has time to do that when you as a founder are focused on scaling, managing your team, creating content, and every solution out there is built either for accountants or for the IRS or so fucking complicated to use that it's just not worth your time. So that's why we do this fully done for you. And all you have to do is literally just send us your documents once a week, and we update the system and we update everything for you, and we give you a weekly report so that you can scale hard with no financial chaos and finally keep the money that you've worked so hard to earn. If you would like to see a full breakdown on how the system works, check the video in the description. And if you'd like a system like this built for your business, completely personalized and fully run for you, click the link below and let's have a chat to your success and profitability. I'll see you in the next one.